Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your May 2024 reading. It's me here, Krystal Clear. Happy to deliver Spirit's message for you for the month of May. So what we'll do here is we'll pull two cards, one for the energy coming into the month, one for the energy as we leave the month, and then we'll pick 4 tarot cards, one for each week, and wrap it up with 3 cards from Spirit's advice. So coming into the month of May, we've got Winter's Dream, gestation period. Is coming out of like a long sleep or a long slumber, maybe some awareness. You've really taken April to just go deeply into the why and of some things and the how and what does that mean for you. I feel as if April has been a month of reflection and kind of maybe being in that hermit mode, and that May there's, you know, I feel like, let's pull it by the end of the month, but I feel like you come out of that. Yeah, we've got repairing the veil, forgiveness. Interesting. So I feel like there was another who had these two, but in a different, but the opposite. So with the Winter's Dream transitioning into repairing the veil, it's like this month, this awareness that you have come into, it really allows for you to take action within the intimate relationships and start to repair them and to just go deeper with them. This feels like a very soft, feminine type of month where it's like a lot of receiving, a lot of healing, a lot of incubating, a lot of mending, not a whole lot of maybe action other than communication and like heart of the matter type of conversations with the people that you love, respect, and care for that are around you. If it's romantic relationships, it feels like there is some forgiveness that happens in some of those most significant relationships. And if it's like professional, maybe the work or, you know, you with your clients or whatever has been a bit intense, and there's like, there's a softer flow of work energy that comes in. So let's see what we've got. We have the Page of Pentacles the first week. We've got the King of Swords that second week. We've got the Ten of Wands the third week. And we've got the Star the fourth week. Okay. Yeah, like let's release these burdens. I feel as if the big picture of these 4 weeks in this month here in May, it's about really getting on that same page, having those conversations, having those experiences where we are able to get to a better place in our relationship and lay down the burdens. With the 10 of Wands, with it being between the King of Swords and the Star, it's like communication really helps for us to relieve some of the stories that we've told ourselves about either these connections or like the story of our relationship or the identity that we've had within ourselves. That is shifted this month. And it's from this place of incubation and forgiveness and like looking inward and allowing compassion to come in, not just for others in our lives, but also within for yourself. So with the Page of Pentacles, this is that, like, see the childlike, the inner child healing, the childlike shift in patterns and behaviors. It's not something we go into like when we're healing compassionately and mending a relationship. We don't go into it hard. We don't go into it with heavy expectations. I mean, we can, but chances are that's not going to fully work if there's like an open wound or if there's been, you know, trauma or trouble within the relationship. We have to go into it with a soft, clear, direct approach. And I feel like the Page of Pentacles is exactly that. I'm willing to learn what you need or what you feel from the relationship. I'm willing to share from a place of soft responsibility for myself and compassion for our connection. Like leading the healing with that energy is what really strengthens what I feel the King of Swords brings to the table. And King of Swords isn't necessarily feel good. And this can come much after this soft part, right? So it's like, let's first lean in softly, compassionately, And then as we begin to accept being in space with each other and accept listening and accept like cohabitating, coexisting, or even working together, community, then we can use our communication to build trust. I feel like the second week of May brings more of that like truth talking, and that's where we can really build trust. And when we start talking truth the third week, it doesn't necessarily mean it feels good, but it does lift some burdens. And I know that the 10 of Wands is certainly not like a super feel good card, but it is the end of a hard chapter. It is like you're coming to the end of a hard cycle. And sometimes simultaneously you have a new cycle beginning, the Page of Pentacles, and you're still releasing the old cycle. And so that is honestly most of the time how it goes. However, people will sometimes get caught up in the releasing the burden part, and they remember the burden a little too much. So I feel as if that's why the releasing of the burden, the 10 of the Wands, coming to the end of a challenging cycle in between the King of Swords and the Star, is like showing up different in a new story. Taking responsibility and awareness of our own parts of the story, as well as setting a new story with each other, is what helps us move forward and heal some of these past burdens. And then with the Star at the end of the month and coming, like we've repaired the veil, there's forgiveness. We've taken this time to really reflect emotionally. The Star lets you know that by the end of the month, you're ready to grow in new places and to exceed expectation that maybe you hadn't seen before. And really, this is also great for a new perspective, for you to see from each other's side of each other's perspective. You're able to find compassion when you can see it from the other person's perspective. And the Star is also like divine time and order. Sometimes it just takes time to get to this place. But when we finally do, let's not hold, the burdens of the past with us. We are simultaneously creating a new cycle while healing and releasing an old cycle. And we get stronger in the new cycle the more that we release the old. And it's easier for us to release the old the more we have the new. So it's like we got to fill the good bucket. We got to fill the good bucket, and that helps us. I don't know if you've seen that video on the socials where you pour clear water into a dirty glass, and eventually the dirty water in a glass, and eventually the dirty water is clear. And that's what healing is. It's just as much as there is new coming in, that there is also old going out. And it's just try not to hold on to the old as it exits. Yeah, let's burn it. Burn sacred fire. So Spirit's advice, we've got burn sacred fire, bubble up, and listen to your muse. Yeah, so Spirit's advice, burn sacred fire, bubble up, listen to your muse, is all about really letting go and releasing. With burn sacred fire, keep the good stuff. Let the hard stuff fall away. There's nothing we can do to change it. All we can do is accept it and move forward, and to let the new bubble up. I love that burn sacred fire and bubble up is like you've got like fire, water, and air, right? And you are the earth. You're the container and the vessel for all of this transformation that is happening. The releasing of things that do not serve us, the allowing the empowerment, the new vulnerabilities that pop up, because as we release, there's some identity that shifts. There's those stories that shift, and we tell ourselves a new story. So I feel like that story shifts here with the bubble up to allow the newness to come to surface. Kind of like that Beauty and the Beast song. There may be something there that wasn't there before. I do feel like you see that by the end of May. And then listen to your muse. It's like our intuition isn't about, like, we can know something, but we can't live in what we know. we have to live in what is, and we allow for what we know to develop. And so with Listen to Your Muse, I feel like it's been a long time coming, but the signs that you have known and your intuition coming to fruition finally begins to show itself here in May. And like the star, like just seeing the potential, I feel like it might exceed your expectation in a really great way, Pisces. So I'm wishing you all the very best. Take care.